Hello YouTube friends, this is Jerry again with another video on how to do it yourself. And today's video is about the error code P26B7. And again, that error code is Papa 26 Bravo 7 in a Escape SE EcoBoost. And for that particular error, basically the issue with that particular code is the Coolant Bypass Solenoid valve. It's basically the bypass that pass the coolant inside the block to keep the engine in normal temperature. When you get that code and you see the code on your computer, it will tell you that either or the valve is all the way on or is all the way off, and that's why your engine is running hot. Now the part is only $50, but also you can find it for less than $50 in other places. In my case, because of the fact that I didn't have that much time, what I did was I went to Advanced Auto Part to get the part, and basically this is how the part looked. And this is what you will be replacing today. In this area right here, you got two bolts that you need to basically, two screws that you need to release or untie. And those bolts are 5/16. And also you will need to remove the hose that goes here. And of course the sensor. It's not that hard to be replaced. It's an easy job. And again, I found it for $50. But if you research other auto parts, you might be able to find it for less than that. In my case, this time I went to Advanced Auto Part. As always, for this particular job, again, and one more time I repeat this, I do this video just to inform how I do it myself. That doesn't mean that you have to do it the way that I do it. If you feel that you are not comfortable to work in your vehicle, by any means, take it to a mechanic, to someone who is certified. I'm not responsible for any damage that you cause to your vehicle. If you intend to do this job yourself, I just show you how I do it to my own vehicles or to my family vehicle to save some money here and there. Now for this particular job, as always, you're going to need some tools. I'm going to show you the tools that you need. Then after that, I'm going to go to the vehicle and show you how I remove this and how I basically replace it with a new one. So stay tuned for the next video. And again, keep in mind that this video that I'm doing it homemade. I'm not a professional making videos. I'm just trying to, share with you guys some of the steps that I do to fix some issues in my family vehicle. And please subscribe to my channel. If you like the video and you think that video helped you, just subscribe to my channel, show me some support. I always answer questions if I can answer those questions. If not, I will look for the information and share that information with each of you. But make sure that you subscribe to my channel, share my channel if you know a friend that need help and might need to look at my video as a reference. But just keep in mind, this is just for reference purposes. If you feel that you cannot do the job, please don't do it. Go to a mechanic. Let the mechanic handle the issue and fix it for you. In my case, basically I do it myself. I save some money there and here and there just to help myself and some family member who trust me to do this type of jobs. Just please stay tuned for the next part of the video, and here I will show you the different tools that I will be using. Okay. The tools that you will be using, you need a clamp plier to remove a clamp. Of course, you will need also a ratchet or a wrench to remove the 5/16 bolts or screw that hold the part. Also, you might need to use, and I would recommend to use it, an extension. I'm using a 2 inches extension, the 5/16 cup, a magnet just in case if I drop one of the bolts that I will be removing out of the part, and a flat screwdriver. The reason for the flat screwdriver is because the fact that once you start trying to remove, I'm sorry about that, the hose that is attached to the coolant bypass solenoid valve. The old one is kind of dry, so you might have just to use the screwdriver just to like try to push it outside, but don't force it that much because you don't want to break the hose that is attached to this part right here. And of course, as always, you need your protection glasses. Remember that you will be working with coolant. You will be working with a clamp that is in pressure, and you don't want any of those parts to fly inside one of your eyes. I always recommend to use protection glasses. So, okay, what I'm going to do now is let's go to the vehicle so you can see how to remove that part. I will install the part, and after that I will make other comments. Stay tuned, please. So, okay, going to the video on how to replace the coolant bypass solenoid valve. The first thing that you're gonna do, of course, is remove this cover right here. That's an easy removal. Okay, there is where your coolant bypass solenoid valve is located. The first thing that you have to do basically is remove this sensor. Okay, you will be removing the sensor from the valve and put those aside. And there is when you are going to basically be using the 516 to basically remove the two 516 bolts that are holding the coolant bypass solenoid valve in place. Okay, once you lose those two basically and as you can see, I put them in here already because I already removed them. They go one in there, and basically what you do is you push the valve outside, and there is when you're gonna basically untie this clamp right here because you need to remove the hose that goes there. So with that said, I already lose that part in there. Okay, where are you in? And here is the old one. And the bolts goes right here. And as you can see, the inside of this one has some debris inside. Maybe that's what was causing the problem. And it doesn't look good, so it's time to basically replace that baby there. So what I'm gonna do now is basically put the new one in there. That's where it goes. It's not something, I mean, it's not that hard to replace. So let me go ahead and install the new one, and basically after that, of course, you will have to add some coolant to the receiver, because once you remove the hose, what is going to happen is the coolant will trip. And something that I recommend, once you add the coolant, remember to basically untie the cap, because what is going to happen is you will have air, and the best way to get out of that air and create a good compression is by leaving this baby like this, and in that way the air will come out. So let's go ahead and put the new one in place, and stay tuned for the so you can see how it's basically put in place. All right, so basically once you put the new valve in place, the only step that you have to do is connect this sensor right here. Okay, you need to connect the sensor that goes in the coolant bypass solenoid valve, which is this sensor right here. All right, the next step that you have to do basically is put the clamp in place. Okay, make sure that your two bolts that goes beneath to tie the valve are in place. One of the bolts goes here, and the next one goes right there. All right, and basically now the next step, just make sure that the hose that goes inside the coolant bypass solenoid valve is secure, and basically you are done. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and add some water. Then once I add the water, let the engine run and get all the air that got inside, and that's why I removed the cap. So stay tuned, and I'll just go ahead and show you how to remove the coat once you change it. All right, so basically that is already done. I put the cover. As you can see, it's not that hard, because the only part that indeed you have to remove is this cover right here. What I did was I left the cap off, because in that way I'm letting the engine run for a little bit, and once the coolant bypass solenoid valve open, as you can see, I added some water, and basically it brings all the coolant from the engine, and if I have any air, it will basically be released. The engine has been running for 50 minutes already, so what I'm going to do now is tie this baby right here. Okay, and so I got good temperature. There was an eye in here before that is gone. So what I'm gonna do now is basically go right here, pull this baby out, and I'm gonna run my test again. Let the test scan, and of course I'm gonna have two errors, because in this particular case what I did was to I keep log of those errors right here. As you can see, there are two of them found. What I'm gonna do now is read the codes. Reading the codes. The first one is the P1299. This one was replaced already, which is the cylinder heat over temperature sensor. We replaced that one. I know that that one is already replaced. Then what I'm gonna do basically is read the second one. Okay, this one here, we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna delete that baby there. And here is my P26B7, which is the engine coolant bypass valve C control circuit. So basically this is the one that we just replaced. Okay, that one basically remove the code, and once I remove the code, if you can look in here, the engine light is gone. Okay, all the lights that were basically that's just the brake light, but the light for the engine and also The question mark that was there is it have been already removed because of the facts that it have been fixed. And all right, I hope that this video helps some people out there. And keep in mind, if you think that you can do it yourself, then you can try. If you feel that you need someone, a mechanic, to do it for you, don't hesitate to take it to a certified mechanic. And again, I'm not responsible if you damage your vehicle trying to do it yourself. This is something that I just do to my own vehicles. Thank you for watching, and one more time, this is Jerry on how to do it yourself. And please remember to subscribe if you like this video, and have a wonderful evening.